What's up, you guys? This is Joseph Collin coming to you today on Saturday, December 14th, 2019, with your WWE TLC predictions. We got 7 matches on the card for tomorrow night's pay-per-view. If I'm going to be truly honest with you guys, at the end of the day, this pay-per-view is probably going to be nothing. But on card, the match card doesn't look that bad, if I'm going to be honest. We only have 2 matches that I really don't care about. We'll go over it during the video, but the rest of the matches, they seem pretty fine to me. And we're gonna talk about all the matches. We only got 7 matches on the card. No kickoff matches so far, and no other matches announced. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more matches announced tomorrow. So when they do get announced, I'll tweet it out, and I will tweet you guys my predictions for those matches that are happening tomorrow. But as of right now, we got 7 matches on the card, and we're gonna talk about all of them. Before I start, earlier today, I found this microphone in my garage, and I was like, I could use this for future Big Fight Fuel videos, and then I want to use it for today. And let me guys know your thoughts on me using the microphone. Can you hear me louder using the microphone? Should I get rid of the microphone, or you don't really care? Just let me know your comments and what you think of this microphone. Should I keep using it for future videos, or should I just banish it and just let it go and have no microphone? Just let me know in the comments below or tweet me on Twitter. Before I start the TLC predictions, go check out this week's AEW Dynamite video. The Young Bucks versus Santana and Ortiz in a Dallas street fight. It was absolutely crazy. And then Thursday's video, the NXT review. Finn Balor became the number 1 contender for the NXT Championship, and he'll face Adam Cole this week on NXT, which is probably going to be more than likely a fantastic match. Without further ado, let's start the predictions for TLC, and we're going to start it off in a Women's Tag Team Championship TLC match where Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair challenge Kairi Sane and Asuka, the Kabuki Warriors, for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, the first thing I want to say about this is last year at Main Event TLC, we had Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka, Triple Threat TLC, and that was one of the best women's matches of the year, in my opinion. And adding Kairi Sane into that match, it could be much better. I think it might be better than last year's TLC match. But for the build in the first part, if you guys really think about it, don't you think the Kabuki Warriors are getting buried? Because they had a 2-on-1 handicap match against Charlotte, which took 17 minutes. Yes, the match was pretty good in my opinion, but it took 17 minutes for 2 people to beat 1. That's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. And then this week, they do the same thing with Becky Lynch, and they don't even beat Becky Lynch, and it's a DQ finish. Kairi Sane drops an insane elbow onto Becky Lynch through a table to kind of tease the TLC stipulation, and then they go in the back and they attack Charlotte with a steel chair. So that's how we got to this match, and just this green mist. And something that doesn't make sense, in my opinion, is you guys remember when Natalya and Charlotte defeated the Kabuki Warriors on an episode of Monday Night Raw, and Becky and Charlotte lost to the Kabuki Warriors? Yet Charlotte and Becky are still getting a tag team title match at TLC tomorrow night versus the Kabuki Warriors. That's a logic gap right there, in my opinion. Huge logic gap. But as for the result of this match, as much as I don't want it to happen, and they really don't need it right now, especially Becky Lynch because she's the Raw Women's Champion, I'm going to be picking Charlotte and Becky to become the new Women's Tag Team Championships. I just have a feeling that Vince McMahon's in the back. He's like, oh, Charlotte, she's a blonde. She hasn't been in the title picture in forever. We need to put a championship on her as soon as possible. Let's give her the Women's Tag Team Championships with Becky Lynch. It's exactly what he's doing. That is exactly what he's thinking. he wants to give Charlotte a championship. So if they can't give her a singles title, they're going to give her the women's tag team championships. And Becky two belts, yeah, that was good in April and May and all that stuff, but it wouldn't be good in December right now, especially since she's been the Raw Women's Champion for 8 months. I don't want to see that. Plus, the Kabuki Warriors need to establish themselves as a really good tag team, and if they don't win their match, what are they going to do after this? Are they just going to take the titles back from Charlotte and Becky on Raw? I don't want to see that. Just have them look strong. You set up Asuka versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble, and you have the Kabuki Warriors retain. It's simple. I'm pretty sure the match is going to be great as well. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going with Becky Lynch and Charlotte to become the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. And I got Eddie's picks on my phone right here. And yeah, he's going with Becky and Charlotte to become the new Women's Tag Team champions as well. Moving on here, we have Aleister Black versus Buddy Murphy. Aleister Black decided to come out of the closet for the first time in 4 months after Buddy Murphy knocked on the door. They just basically been winning squash matches lately, getting one-ups on each other, all that stuff. But I mean, look, when you have Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy in the same ring, two of the best technical wrestlers in the WWE, Buddy Murphy, and one of the best hard-hitting wrestlers in the WWE, Aleister Black, you send them out there for 15 minutes in front of a hot crowd, they're going to kill it. They're absolutely going to kill it, and that's all they need to do. Send them out, 15 minutes, tear the house down, Aleister Black wins. It's nice and simple. That's the most. This match tomorrow night is the most simplest match to book. It's very simple. Have them go out, kill it for 15 minutes. Aleister Black kicks Buddy Murphy's head off, and you start building up Aleister Black for WrestleMania. He, his character alone deserves a big match at a big stage like WrestleMania, and it starts tomorrow night with Aleister Black defeating Buddy Murphy. I'm going with Aleister Black. Eddie is going with Aleister Black for the same reason as I am. Start building up Aleister Black and get him a big marquee match at WrestleMania, please. The guy deserves it. He's one of the best wrestlers that the main roster has. Third match, one of the two matches I really do not care about, and I'm probably going to be using Bethany during this match. We have Bobby Trashley versus Rusev. Maybe the worst storyline in 2019? I don't really know, man. Leave it in the comments below. Do you guys think this is the worst storyline of 2019? I would love to know your opinions. As this match alone, we know that this storyline is absolutely atrocious to watch every single week on Monday Night Raw, from the arrest angle to this week segment with Lana, her atrocious acting and her yelling, to Rusev, and the whole pregnancy thing. This has just been a complete mess. The restraining order, the divorce, an absolute mess, guys. An absolute mess. Yet people want to defend this stuff on social media. Unbelievable. What I think is going to be the result of this match, depend how what I've been reading on Wrestling Observer, saying that the storyline is going to continue going into 2020. I'm predicting Bobby Lashley to win this match. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Rusev wins this match, just for the simple fact that I want this storyline to be over as soon as possible. I really can't take it anymore, guys. I can't take the 30 minutes every single Monday of seeing Rusev and Bobby Lashley on our television screens, making Monday Night Raw worse than it already is. I'm going with Bobby Lashley. I think Lana's going to be going through a table if it's Bobby Lashley accidentally putting her through a table, or Rusev accidentally putting her through a table. Bobby Lashley's going to win. That's the important thing. Eddie is going with Rusev. He just wants his storyline to get over. I can't blame him, but I can't see this storyline being over. And especially with, I don't know how, but WWE's they're mostly invested into this feud. Out of all things happening in WWE right now, their biggest investment is this feud with Rusev and Bobby Lashley. How? I have no idea. Vince McMahon is a very weird person, and he would definitely want to drag this feud out into 2020. So it's probably what's gonna happen. Raw Tag Team Championship match, open challenge from the Viking Raiders. Um, let's see. They just had a match with the Street Profits. 4 minute squash on Monday Night Raw. I don't think it's going to be them, even though it could be them. But who is going to challenge the Viking Raiders? I got the answer who I think it's going to be, and it's going to be the OC. Because the OC pinned the Viking Raiders back at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, yet they haven't got a tag team title match, so they can make a claim that they pinned the champions back at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view, and they want a shot at the Raw Tag Team Championships against the Viking Raiders. But ultimately, the Viking Raiders are probably going to retain against the OC. Yeah, hopefully they have a nice match. I mean, why not give the Viking Raiders 15 minutes on this card? Make them showcase their abilities, even though we know what those ring styles are. Just let them go out there, have a nice 15-minute match. It doesn't matter who it is. Just make it a good match. Eddie said he needed more time to predict this match, so he did not predict this match for the Viking Raiders defending the Raw Tag Team Championships. But I'm going with the OC to face the Viking Raiders, and I'm going with the Viking Raiders to retain the Raw Tag Team Championships. We jump from the Raw Tag Team Championships to the SmackDown Tag Team Championships with the Revival versus the New Day in a ladder match. It was regularly scheduled, supposed to be a normal tag team match. If it was just a normal tag team match, I would not care at all about the match. So I'm pretty glad that it is a ladder match, because if it was just a normal tag team match, this might have been my bathroom break. But it's a ladder match. I hope they get at least 20 plus minutes. Go out there, absolutely put on a classic, and this could be the best match of the night. It's either going to be this. I think it's either going to be this match or Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black. I'm telling you right now, the two matches that nobody's talking about on the card, this ladder match and Aleister Black and Murphy, I think it's going to be two of the best matches on TLC tomorrow night. The result of this match, I think it's pretty predictable. I don't see the Revival capturing the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. One, the only reason why is because they have not signed a new deal with the WWE yet, and the only three letters they're thinking about right now is AEW. They're definitely going to AEW. I don't see them resigning when their contracts are up. So I don't think WWE, I can't see them giving the Revival the tag team titles tomorrow night. The New Day literally just won the titles a few weeks ago, I think. I have no idea. I don't even remember, man. But I think they won them like a month ago, so they're probably going to keep them. And plus, this was supposed to be Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler's match against the New Day. So why would they have the replacements, defeat the champions? That way, when Bobby Roode comes back from his suspension, they can do this match, New Day versus Roode and Ziggler. If it's on an episode of SmackDown, or if it's at the Rumble, who knows? So I feel like the New Day are going to retain. Eddie is going with the Revival because basically he thinks WWE They think the only way to save the Revival is to give them tag team title reign after tag team title reign after tag team title reign. You guys know the drill, but that's not gonna stem the Revival. They've looked like complete jokes on the main roster, from the Lucha House Party stuff last year to the Uchiha with the Usos and them getting embarrassed. They've been through far too much with this company. Far too much. There's no way they are going to re-sign with the company. If they do, they're the two biggest clowns in pro wrestling. Moving on to The Miz versus Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. Yes, not The Fiend. Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. And let me tell you, man, the stuff that, Daniel Bryan, Bray Wyatt, and The Miz have done leading up to their matches, I thought has been absolutely great. From last week's promo on SmackDown with Bray Wyatt saying "Say cheese" and giving The Miz a Sister Abigail, to placing the picture of Maurice, the two little girls, and Bray Wyatt in that picture, and then this week with The Miz's interview, Maurice screaming out Mike, and they look at the tablet. Bray Wyatt is on the screen. He's laughing. He says, "Let me in." And then you got a video clip of the puppets playing with Monroe Sky. You got Mercy the Buzzard, Abby the Witch, Rambling Rambling Rabbit, and it was great stuff. It was absolutely great, and I hope they really have a great match tomorrow night. I think it's gonna be a really good story-told match, and apparently this is non-title, and I don't care if it's non-title or if it's for the title. Bray Wyatt has to win anyway. There's no way. The Miz has had a terrible 2019 in my opinion. He's lost to Shane McMahon not once but twice. He was in a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura, which he ultimately lost, and he's done nothing since. And then he's gotten this feud with Daniel Bryan and Bray, and then Bray took out Daniel Bryan, and it would just not make sense for The Miz to defeat Bray Wyatt here. It doesn't make sense at all. I don't care if it's for the title, or I don't care if it's not for the title in this instance. I'm going with Bray Wyatt. Now, people on Twitter have been speculating that we could see The Fiend cost The Miz the match and help Bray Wyatt win. And if that happens, that's a stupid idea. No way that should. How's that gonna happen? How is that gonna happen? That's stupid. And it's gonna look ridiculous as well, because they're gonna have someone else dress up as the Fiend. Like, there's no way Bray Wyatt can transfer from his Firefly Funhouse costume to his Fiend act and then come back as the Firefly Funhouse Bray and pin The Miz. It looks like a mess, and it's ridiculous. There's no way it should happen, and it's that simple. Do I think Daniel Bryan comes back tomorrow night? No. I think you should leave him off TV for a couple weeks. Not this week's upcoming SmackDown, but maybe on the last SmackDown of 2019, you have Daniel Bryan come out and you have him attack The Fiend. New look, new Daniel Bryan. He's got the yes gimmick, and then you go from there with Daniel Bryan and The Fiend for the Universal Championship again, this time at the Royal Rumble. That's what I think about this. I'm going with Bray Wyatt. Eddie is going with Bray Wyatt as well. Main event time, TLC match. I don't know how it's a TLC match. I don't know how it makes sense to be a TLC match. But anyway, it's a TLC match between King Corbin and the big dog, Roman Reigns. Oh, just like Bobby Lashley and Rusev. I could not care about this match. There's one goal, there's one thing that needs to happen in this match. End the feud. That's the one thing that needs to happen. End this feud, please. Roman Reigns needs to beat Baron Corbin at TLC tomorrow night. I'm pretty sure Dolph Ziggler and their other clowns are going to get involved, and Roman's going to have to attack them and beat them up. And, you know, he'll make his original comeback and spear Corbin probably through a table or onto a ladder and get the victory. All I care about is if they end this feud, because they should not be feuding going into the Royal Rumble. They should both be going their separate ways, and that's facts. They should go their separate ways heading into the Rumble, because as much as I don't want it happening, as an early prediction, I'm going with Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble. I think the Roman agenda comes back at the Royal Rumble, and he's going to start getting booed every single week because they know he's going to be fighting the Fiend at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship in the main event. I'm going with Baron. I would not want to go with Baron Corbin to beat Roman Reigns. I'm going with Roman Reigns to beat Baron Corbin, and I think it's going to be the main event of TLC tomorrow night. So that's my thoughts. Eddie is going with Roman Reigns as well for the same reason. End this feud. That's the number one goal in this match, just to have Roman Reigns defeat Baron Corbin. Do I think it's going to be a good match? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But, when people, including myself, think that pay-per-views like this are going to be trash, they usually turn out to be okay and decent. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night. But that's all I got for you for the TLC predictions. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Big Fight Fuel channel for some great content on this channel. We got AEW Dynamite from Wednesday. We got NXT from Thursday. We got this video right here, your TLC predictions. And we got the TLC review happening tomorrow night after TLC goes off the air. Like this video with a super kick. Comment down below what you think of TLC 2019. Let me know your predictions, please. I would love to know your predictions for TLC if you DM me on Twitter or if you want to comment down below. I don't care. I love interacting with people on Twitter, on social media. It's fun. Just having a fun time discussing wrestling. That's what I'm here for, man. Just having a fun time and discussing the thing I love the most next to my family, which is pro wrestling. Follow me on Twitter at Joseph Conlon. Follow me. Follow me on Twitter at Joseph Conlon. Follow Eddie on Twitter at Eddie Mullen. And that's all I got for you guys tonight. So, without further ado, have a good night, guys.